BB, why you get lost again?
Hello YouTube and welcome to my channel. So just going to be a bit of a short one today. Just bimbling along on the Suzuki on a Sunday afternoon, heading into the town of Ipswich in Suffolk in the UK. Anyway, about 9 months ago, I did a review on a luggage rack and top box which I fitted on this GSX-8S. I think it was the Kappa mono rails and the Kappa rails and the Givi mono lock and a Givi top box thing, which is really good. In fact, that was really good. I could get so much stuff in the back of that top box. I could get my full face helmet, waterproofs, and a few other bits and pieces as well, which was really good. Very handy. So I thought I'd do a sort of a true life user review of it. Unfortunately, I had a problem. Well, I had a few problems with it, which became apparent after riding the bike. Nothing to do with the manufacturers, they were really good. But the actual products themselves, fantastic. So easy to fit, quality products. The rails fitted to the bike only took me about 20 minutes, and the quality was pretty good. The top box easy to use, and it's a big butt, the size of an elephant's butt. I couldn't go on with it because I noticed when I was riding on a dual carriageway or motorway, or riding on a sort of a road, a 40 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour road in the wind, I think the top box was acting a bit like a sail, and it was sort of catching the wind. And I was getting blown around quite a lot, to the point where it became a bit unnerving. I'd be overtaking a lorry, a van, a high-sided vehicle, and it felt like the draft created by the vehicle was hitting the top box and sort of pulling it inwards, which made the front feel like it was going elsewhere. It was quite unnerving. I also noticed when a lorry passed me, it had the opposite effect. It was sort of like pushing and pulling. It was weird. So yeah, I didn't like that at all. On a windy day, I'd feel like the wind was hitting it as well. The other problem I had was, and that might have been my own fault probably, if I had a lot of stuff in the back, like groceries, carrying a few bits and pieces, not bricks or anything like that, but something a little bit substantial. I carried my tent, but the tent was only about 1.5–2 kilograms, so it wasn't that heavy. But anyway, I'd have the stuff in the back, and if I was riding along the road over a certain speed, not that fast either, if I went over a bump, and there's a lot of those in the UK, potholes and bumps, the front would wobble, and it would feel like the front was lifting up. It was acting like a cantilever. So I'd go over the bump, the suspensions would drop and go back again, and the back would go over, and then it would sort of like vibrate, and I would feel it lift. Not a great deal, but it still, again, was quite unnerving. And I'd read and seen on YouTube about something called a death wobble, and I think that's when the front gets all out of sync with the back wheel, and all of a sudden you get this vibration coming through the handlebars, which gets worse and worse and worse, until the point where you crash basically, unless you can do something about it. I think it's similar to what happens when a caravan gets a bit wobbly and the back starts to swing, and it gets worse and worse until the whole thing just falls over. And I think you have to accelerate out of it or something like that, but not touch the brakes. Well, it felt very well, from what I could tell on the YouTube, it looks like that, and I didn't really want to suffer that because of the handling. I'd obviously changed on the bike, you know, so it's probably that this naked bike is designed to be naked and not designed to have a luggage rack and stuff on the back. So if you do decide to fit one of those things, it's a really handy thing to have. But from my experience, my own personal experience on this Suzuki GSX-8S, it was a bit worrying, so I've taken it off, unfortunately. The other issue I had, and I just couldn't get over this issue, was I think it spoilt the look of the bike. You know, I had to fit the stupid long plastic tail fender thing on it, and that looks horrible. And it just didn't look right, you know. I think the Suzuki GSX looks really nice as as a naked bike with a tail tidy on the back. So I've taken it off and I've put the tail tidy back on the bike. Oh, this is a shame. So I'm now thinking about either the use of a rucksack, a backpack, a tail pack. I still use my tank bag, which I got, which is really good, which is quite handy. I only use that for long runs where I might need the use of a sat nav, because I can put the phone in the little perspex pocket thing to see the phone rather than on the handlebars, and the whole thing just clips on the tank. The other thing I've recently got hold of is I think they call it a sports plate or a sports rack from Hecklo Becker, some German company I think it is, I'm not sure. And it's a metal fabricated plate which goes on the back and replaces the pillion seat or the cowl. Well, easy to fit, really easy to fit. Comes with all the nuts and bolts and bits and pieces. The only thing it doesn't come with, which I think is a bit mad really, because the amount you pay for this thing, it doesn't come with the little the metal catchy thing. So you have to take the little metal catchy thing off your pillion seat or your cowl and then put it on the plate, and then fit this like foam insulation thing around it to, I suppose, help prevent water going in, although there's water going to get in it anyway. And the idea being is that you can strap your bags to this plate. There's a few little strappy holes which you can get a couple of rock straps and bits and pieces in it to strap your luggage down, and it's a smooth surface. So I'm going to try it out. Whether that will be any good, I don't know. And I'd like to do a bit more touring on the bike. A friend of mine has got a BMW GS 1200, something like that. Big old BMW touring bike, a bit of an old one, but it looks really good. And he is planning a trip across Europe where he is going to spend, I don't know, probably 6 months or so in Europe, working as a nomad, working remotely. I think as a travel agent, and the idea being, I don't know if it's going to pan out or not, but the idea being is that hopefully I'll be able to ride with him to Dover, then get the ferry to either Calais or Dunkirk, and then from France ride into Belgium, stay the night somewhere, hopefully with secure parking. I hope it's got that, secure parking. and then the next morning he'll go on his separate way and start his adventure, and then I'll go on my separate way, and then I'll head down, possibly back into France for 1 or 2 days perhaps, and either stay in a hotel or an Airbnb, or even take my tent. So I'm hoping that this plate I've fitted will be good to put luggage on, hopefully. So anyway, that's it really for this little one, I think. Well, yeah, as a lot of the YouTubers seem to say at the end of their YouTube videos. If you like this video, please think about hitting the thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this sort of content of me just talking a load of crap on a motorbike, or travelling to a few countries and making myself look a bit stupid trying to figure out what I'm doing, please subscribe. It's all free. And yeah, well, and on that note, thanks for watching.